how do I reduce cost? How do I increase efficiency? And how do I do more with less? Those are, I think, fundamentally the three key components in terms of delivering value to your business, because if you can extrapolate that into any area of your business, it will be the key things in today's world that would drive what you do. I guess when people ask why cloud, where is it heading, is the IT world's evolving. So if you look at it from the consensus of what got you here won't get you there, is kind of the principle we adopt, because the traditional way of IT thinking has changed. The ability to deliver has become more aggressive. So cloud, why cloud? Because IT is a utility. So it's IT as a service, platform as a service, infrastructure as a service are all the buzzwords you hear around cloud. But I think the key component to understand is cloud means different things to different people. But essentially, it's a utility which you can purchase as and when you need. A lot of the time, the question comes around, why should I change what I'm doing? What I'm doing works. Okay, but you should be doing what you're doing better. You should be able to deliver faster. You should move away from a capex-based model of injecting large amounts of cash into projects that you're not yet 100% sure in terms of the delivery of that. Cloud allows you to scale. So you start off small, understand your landscape, and you're able to grow that phenomenally at a rapid speed. Whereas you as an organization would need to invest in that infrastructure to be able to deliver that sort of scale. And your sunken cost, once you have it, you need to sweat it out until it's gone. In terms of the cloud model, it's there when you need it, and it's not when you don't. I think organizations need to be cautious when you move towards a cloud-based model in terms of a technology stack, because there are certain key fundamental steps that you need to take. And if you look at it in the IT world, you need to move from a basic state of IT into a dynamic state in IT. What that means is you need to make your architecture fluid enough to be able to move. And when I talk about fluidness, I'm talking about, if you look at the virtualization stack, traditionally IT companies started off with virtualization of their server platform. Once they've reached that, we moved on to virtualization of your storage layer. Once you've done that, you need to virtualize your I/O level. Once you've capitalized on the virtualization stack, your infrastructure is then primed to be able to move in and out of cloud. So it's not an easy road. It's one that takes a thought process. There are compliance issues, there's regulations that you need to work through. But I think throughout the evolution of when you're moving from basic to dynamic, you'll check those boxes along the way. But it's fundamental that those boxes are checked before you consider that. And I think the biggest stumbling block that most organizations will face moving towards cloud is on the application stack, because that will be the biggest hindrance. Because if an application is not cloud ready, it doesn't matter what your infrastructure does, you're not going to get it done. In terms of which cloud model you should adopt is really based on the maturity level of your organization. I do believe, and this is my viewpoint, that there will always be a hybrid model of cloud, and hybrid because there will be certain information which you do not want to share, that you won't want to place outside of your organization, and there are components that are commoditized that you can put out. I guess fundamentally for me, the thing that keeps me awake at night is that we need to understand that there's still people behind the technology. Okay, and it's the adoption of the technology by the technology-based people. So the business understands that they need to get something cheaper, faster, more efficient, but it's the buy-in from the IT staff that's critical for your business. And if they don't buy into what you're doing, it's just going to be a long road. So it's letting them understand that their roles evolve, that their roles do not become non-existent, because I guess as you move and evolve through IT, people believe that my job becomes redundant. In the new base model of cloud, we find that you need to explain to an administrator that you may be an administrator now, but that role will evolve into an aggregator of a service. For instance, you'd aggregate that on behalf of a third party because your business trusts you. My view on Union's coin term cloud as a utility, I think it's very apt, and I think there's a place for it in the market, because essentially cloud services are utility-based model, and it talks the language that the business understand, because business understand what a utility is. Now if you're positioning cloud as a utility, that understand what that means to them, means that you could buy it when you need it, and when you don't pay for it.